Hi guys, it's 7:30 a.m. on the day that I'm supposed to be going back to school for the first time, and I'm getting ready to go to the emergency room. So great fucking start to my day. Obviously not what I was planning or expecting for today, but this is just like my reality and I have to accept it. I'm not in like a scary like health situation at all. I just had a little accident yesterday that could have been clearly avoided, but it happened to me, so now I just have to deal with the consequences. But I am going super early today so that I still have a chance of getting to school at the time that I was supposed to be at, because I don't want to like miss my first day. Like that's but I don't know how today's gonna pan out, so let's just bring you guys along for the ride, because like why fucking not, you know?
I'm saying that I can't take you to Dubai. I can't trust you to go out there and...
I'm hoping I still have time to come back here before going to school, because I would like to change eventually. I mean, it's hard to figure out how this day is gonna go. It might be helpful for me to just explain a little bit of the story, but basically yesterday I was trying things on at a store here in Paris. So I was in the changing rooms and I was trying on jeans, so I took off my shoes. Once I had the jeans on and like I wanted to see myself better in the mirror, I kind of stepped back, and when I took a step back I had this like really horrible pain in the soles of my feet. So I kind of like jumped up and I realized that I had one of those like alarm things that they put in the clothes so that you can't steal them, but one part of it had fallen off, and it was the part that had like this big of a needle in it, and basically I fully stepped into it, so I had to take it out of my foot. Like this much was inside my freaking foot, and obviously since it's like a metal piece, that's like really not ideal. And yeah, I tried to talk to the workers there. Unfortunately they didn't even have alcohol for me to like properly disinfect it, so I just like went home, and then I called my parents and I was like, yeah, this happened. Like I knew it wasn't like an ideal situation, but I didn't know how far it would go, because my parents were like, you need to get a tetanus shot like right fucking now, and you need to call a doctor. And I was just like stressing the fuck out. So I did call a doctor. So I was prescribed to go to the emergency room as fast as possible, so I'm going this morning. Hopefully I can figure all that out before 12, because my back to school like presentation thing is at 2 p.m. I'm not gonna lie, it's not what I was wanting for this day to go, but I just need to take care of my health first, and once like all of that's sorted, I'll move into work mode and get myself to school. I hopefully will be done by 12. Cross your fingers for me, please. Okay, I'm back from the hospital. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like literally so exhausted. Since I got back from Mexico, I haven't been waking up all that early. Like I've been just taking advantage of the fact that I can sleep in. Like I still have a week before I officially start school, so I've just been sleeping in. So this morning when I actually had to wake up at 7, I think I noticed what that was doing to my body. But anyways, everything went well. I did a bunch of little tests, and like I talked to a bunch of doctors and stuff, and then I got my tetanus shot when I came home, so now I should be all good to go. And now I'm heading to my first day of school. This is not like an official day of school, obviously, because I'm starting at 2. I just have like a little conference thing where they kind of explain what this whole year is going to be like, and then they give us our schedule. Yeah, just like any other important information we should know for this year. So it is like still kind of important. I also am really eager to know my schedule, because that's going to determine a lot of things for the next few weeks. My room is a mess, but I do want to show you my outfit. Since I got this, I've been wearing it literally every day. This little cardigan, it's so cute. Just wearing some like low-rise jeans. I'm trying to find another pair just like this. I bought these in Copenhagen, but I love these pants. They're like so comfy. My foot does hurt kind of bad. Like I can walk and everything, but it's not the most comfortable thing. And also because of the shot they just gave me, I might feel a little bit dizzy and tired in the afternoon, so I'm just like hoping I don't fall asleep during the conference. It's not gonna really be that long, like maybe 2 hours. That is a little bit long. first day. It honestly was like completely fine. I felt completely fine the whole time, so I'm pretty happy because the doctor had said that I might feel dizzy or tired after vaccine I had, but I didn't, so that was good news. The not so great news is that my schedule was really not that awesome. We usually have one day off during the week to be able to finish like our schoolwork and stuff because it is kind of heavy projects every week. And last year, the past 2 years, I've had it on a Monday, and then the other year had it a Friday. So it kind of like extended my weekend and it worked out perfectly, especially when I was trying to travel and everything. But this year I got it on a Tuesday, which is a little bit of a bummer. But the one thing I'm happy about is that most days I start pretty late, which is great because I am planning on keeping my gym routine and like going every other day. So it does work out pretty well. Like the days where I usually would go was the days that I start later, so that's the only thing. And then another bummer is that on Fridays I finish at 7, which is freaking terrible. I can already feel just like the exhaustion I'm gonna feel that day. I can already feel it right now. But in other news, I went to a cute little cafe with my friend. It's called Blondie, and we had literally the best cookies ever. They look like tiny cakes because they're kind of tall. They were like so gooey and delicious, and like that's exactly how I like my cookies, so that was a great treat for my after school program. And then I went to Zara Home to get some stuff. If I could, I would honestly buy the whole store because they have literally the most beautiful homeware stuff, but I just got some organizing baskets. They're all the same theme but different shapes, so I got a round one, rectangle, and then this like really long one and stuff because I have this place in my dresser where I put a lot of like my hair care and skincare and like extra makeup products, and it's always so freaking messy. So I'm hoping that this will help me fix that. Also in general, I'm just planning to do like a whole closet refresh because this is like not ideal. But yeah, I'm just gonna shower now and finally chill. I'm hoping tomorrow I don't wake up too early so that I can really just like fully rest after this day. This day was honestly so hectic. Nothing I could have planned, but very crazy. So I'm happy that it all worked out and that I can finally just chill and be normal at home. Yeah. It's a couple days later. I actually ended up getting sick right after my whole foot ordeal. I got sick, so I was like laying in bed for a couple days, but now I'm doing much better, which is great news because it's my first day today. I'm going back to school officially this time. I only have one class today, so it's gonna be a pretty easy, slow start into the year, but I am like, I want to say like semi-excited, semi-scared, not scared, maybe like anxious over going back to school, just because this year is going to be pretty intense. I already feel it. There's just a lot of things that we need to kind of accomplish this year, a lot of big projects, and a lot of important stuff for next year as well, because next year I'm starting my master's, and that's why I just feel like I have a little bit more pressure this year just to really outdo myself and be the best at what I'm studying at. I also just kind of want to do that for myself. I really do enjoy what I'm studying, and I want to prove to myself that I am good at it, if that is like makes any sense. Anyways, I woke up super early this morning because I'm trying to get into productive school routine where I wake up every day at the same time and have time to like work out and do everything I need to do before actually getting to school. But anyways, it's like 10:30 right now. I'm leaving around 12. I'm basically just gonna start making my bag. This is my school bag. I bought it last year. It's Polen. It's definitely an investment, but probably one of the best purchases I've made so far because I just like use it every day for school, and it looks so beautiful each time and complements all my outfits so well. So I really do feel like this is worth the splurge. I don't bring much stuff to school unless we're having like a very technical manual class, but if we're just doing like design stuff, I'll usually just bring my computer, and then I have this little notebook where I write all of my ideas. It's actually my school's logo and it like matches perfectly. And I just like write all my ideas and then I sketch some stuff in here. So this one's really useful. And then this is the pouch where I keep like all my pens and stuff. It's actually funny because you have to bring like, what is this called? Kind of like an X-Acto knife thing to school because this like cuts better straight lines than scissors would. And I always forget that I have this in my bag and that it's considered a weapon. And one time with my friend, we were going to a museum right after school, so we had all our stuff and they were like, do you have a weapon in your bag? And I was like, no. And they were like, really? Because it looks like you have like a very sharp knife in your bag. And I was like, oh my god, I actually do have a weapon in my bag. But yeah, so they kept it there. I also got, I'm not gonna use these today because I'm eating at home, but I also got these really cute like utensil holder. I mean, it comes with the utensils, so that's all really cute. Another little weapon that I bring to school. And then actually this drawer like right by me has like a bunch of school stuff. Like this whole thing is filled with like glues and staplers and this, which I literally only used once. So yeah, it's actually the investment of the materials you use for school is probably just as much as the investment you pay for the actual school, which is crazy. I'm totally exaggerating, but that's probably all I'm gonna put in my little bag. It's actually not that much stuff. Okay, cool. Thought I was gonna show you something a little bit more interesting. Anyways, I still have to get dressed and everything, so I'll show you that when I'm just about to leave. This is what the full outfit is gonna look like. I'm not gonna wear the slippers, but you get the gist. I'm actually getting excited now. Like, I'm excited to be back at school and like in that ambiance and see all my friends. I don't know, I'm excited to feel purpose again. I feel like I find a lot of purpose in school, so when I'm not doing school I feel a little bit lost. So I'm excited to have something to look forward to every day and something to work towards, an actual goal in my life. I'll try to film a little bit in class for doing anything interesting, but catch you later. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been a little bit over a week. Yeah, I think it's been a week. Basically, I finished my first week back and it was a little bit hectic. I'm not gonna lie. I think just in general, my vibes were off for that week, or maybe I was like a little bit jet lagged because I just wasn't paying attention to things I should have been paying attention to, and because of that I kind of got myself in like a bunch of trouble that I really could have just avoided. As you know, I had like my little foot accident, which was already kind of like scary enough, but then a couple days after I got hit by a car. It wasn't like anything super extreme, but the car did touch my leg. It was more like emotionally traumatic. Like physically I had nothing, I was completely fine, and then I got sick, and then I got another type of sick, and then I realized that I was eating something for a couple weeks that was spoiled, and like I didn't know, like just a bunch of things that are so random but like grouped all together. These all happened in like the same week. It was a lot, and I did feel kind of like distraught of like, what is going on? Like, am I going insane, or is this just like the universe literally wants to kill me? I literally thought, which is like such a funny thing to say, but I literally, so many things were happening where I was like, I could have died here, I could have died here, this could have killed me, and I'm still here, and like, why am I just, and I kept getting hurt, and like I would cut myself with, like kitchen scissors, like it just a bunch of like random shit. So I kind of like tried to cleanse that energy off last weekend, so I just like completely stayed in and worked, and then I was like, okay, this is a new week, new vibes, like I'm just starting fresh and I'm gonna let go of this old energy. And so I started my first week of my 3rd year and it went really well. I still have the same class as last year. We have a couple new people and some people that left, but overall it's just like pretty much structured the same. I do have a couple of new teachers that aren't like new to the school but new to me that I really think I vibe with, which is like so important because my workshop teachers, which are basically the ones that I do all of like my big graphic design projects with, are the teachers that I spend the most time with. I feel like last year the teachers that I had, I didn't really feel connected to them, the way they were teaching and like what they thought, or even like just their graphic design styles. I just think it was kind of different and just an environment that I mean, I managed to pass my year, so it was fine, but like I didn't feel like I could truly blossom. And with these new teachers, I do feel like they're a lot more attentive to us and like really trying to help us and like guide us in the right direction, and I appreciate that so much. And I already feel like it's made me be so much better at what I'm doing and like deliver stuff that is like higher quality, so that feels really good. I literally have no time for myself anymore. Honestly, I even told my parents like my weekends are not weekends anymore. Like I'm just gonna be working the whole time because obviously each year they're expecting more from you. Okay, I don't know what this is so dark. Is this better? So yeah, I was saying I have 3 big graphic design projects per week and I have to deliver stuff every week for those projects. It's the same system I had on last year, but every year they're obviously expecting a little bit more from us. So yeah, it's just a lot of work, but honestly I love it. Like I was thinking about it this weekend, like I've literally had my head in school for the past 2 weeks that I've started, and it's felt like so intense and like so overwhelming, but at the same time I love being that busy. Like it sounds so weird, but like when I'm in it I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could just have a day off, but I actually just like thrive on being so busy that I literally can't think of anything else, which we're not gonna psychoanalyze that. But I also just like love creating stuff. Like I think at the core of who I am a creative person, so I just feel so fulfilled when I create something that I think is cool or interesting or beautiful or useful. Even when I just like make these videos or when I write in my journal, or you know, when I just have these creative ideas. You've probably seen a clip of me making the wall art that I haven't even put up yet, but I am intending on putting it up. Even just doing that was like so fulfilling to me because it turned out even better than I imagined. And like I also just love collages. Doing like mood boards in general and stuff like that is just like really up my alley. But like finding a way to make something look beautiful and interesting to the eye is like honestly my passion. And so being able to do that over and over again each week and like have people, you know, give their opinion on it and everything, like it really does fuel me. So what I'm trying to say is I work a lot and I'm probably gonna have a super busy year, a lot busier than the past 2 years, but at the same time I love that because I love what I'm doing and I feel so fulfilled in it. The only downside to that is that I feel like I can't juggle school and at the same time film myself, also because like when I finally get time to, you know, be home and it's like already like 6 p.m. and I'm just like in PJs having dinner, so it's like what the fuck am I gonna put on the internet about that? Like that just feels stupid and pointless. But I do really aspire to, and I've been dreaming of this for the past 2 years that I've been on YouTube, is to be able to make a video where I like take you on like a week of school and just show you what I'm doing, and like if that can spark anyone's interest or entertain you, it would be great. But I just like I have such a hard time doing that, and I also like just barely film in school. Like I feel like that's so awkward. Just a lot of things. It's around 7-ish and it's time for the gym.
Ouais. 35. Faut un briquet. Ça en va ton super briquet. Il aime pas bien. cru que ça allait être un rêve. C'est pour les viewers. C'est beau, pas? C'est trop beau.
En plus, t'avais jamais goûté.
Okay. I look insane. Hi guys. I'm just gonna get a little bit ready before I start talking. Just for my own sanity. It's Sunday. Yesterday I had a little bit of a breakdown when it comes to just school stuff. Honestly, I get very easily overwhelmed with like homework, and I think it's also just because like I keep saying I want to do a really good job and I want to impress myself more than like other people, and I feel like it's just a lot. And so when I feel like I'm not gonna be able to properly do a project or like hand in something that I was supposed to hand in, I like get really hard on myself, and I'm just like very frustrated that I couldn't do better, because I know that I'm capable of doing better, but I just don't feel like I have the time, and some days I honestly just don't have the strength to pull through, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle. Also, just this week I've been feeling like randomly super unmotivated, and it's weird when you're in like creative fields, because sometimes it's not even about motivation. Like you just feel like every single idea has been wiped off your brain and you have literally nothing to give. Yeah, it's just like so annoying because really isn't much I can do about it except like just be super patient with myself and like give myself grace. Yesterday I spent like the whole day trying to finish a project that I have for Tuesday, and I finished it, which is good, but the annoying part is that I really didn't do a good job on it. Like it's not anything I'm proud of, and it's not like the absolute last step of the project. Like this is not the finality, so that's what gives me a little bit of peace of mind that like I'm gonna be able to make it a lot better before I truly hand it in. But still, it's just like very disappointing because I know I could have done so much better. Even though I finished that, I still have a lot of stuff to do today. Like it didn't clear off my plate at all. So now I have to basically work my ass off today, but I also am seeing my friend for brunch. I thought about canceling because I was just like, I have so much work to do, like I should focus on that, but I also don't want to sacrifice my social life because that is one of the things that keeps me sane. So that's where I'm at. This is what I landed on. The sun is out. Frame that I made this past week, and I literally am obsessed with it. I think it like turned out so much better than I even expected. And some of the pictures are little photo booth strips or other things that I had in my drawers, and then some of them I printed from like Pinterest. So it's like a really good mix of everything, and I feel like it just fit perfectly in this space. I don't know, it just makes my room a little bit more fun. I've been trying to make it a little bit more me so that I can feel more at home and inspired when I'm in my room, and I definitely feel like this is a great touch to that. But I'm actually gonna move to the center because that is stressing me out. But anyways, for the ending segment of the vlog, I thought I would do a little recap of all the books that I read this summer. As you probably know, I usually read on a Kindle, but before traveling to Mexico, I thought it would be a really good idea to actually buy some physical books because I would be having a little bit of time at the beach and just going house to house. And I feel like on vacation, it's always just more fun to read from a physical book, especially at the beach. I think it was mostly like the beach thing because, I don't know, it gives off a different vibe. I bought 4 books because I was going to be staying a month. This worked out perfectly. I finished the last book a couple days after I came back. But the first book that I read was this one. This is Slow Days, Fast Company by Eve Babbitt's. I didn't really know much about Eve Babbitt's, but she was actually a socialite in the 70s. And so basically this is kind of like a collection of experiences that she had with actors and actresses, because she was kind of part of that like Hollywood scene. And it's really interesting because it gives like a really clear picture of what like the 60s and 70s was like in LA, the glitz and glam and everything. And it also has kind of like hints of humor, like the way she writes, it feels like you're talking to a friend and she's just telling you like these crazy stories. And she also gives her opinions on a lot of big subjects. My favorite part is on page 89. She talks about being beautiful and how it's actually more of a curse than a blessing, because if you accept that you're not perfect, like that you don't look as beautiful as like the most beautiful women, you can actually be liberated of that burden and you feel free and like can do whatever you want. All of the struggles and kind of commitments you have to keep your standard of beauty take away from the fun of life, and that if you basically can accept that and just let yourself be like whoever you are and just like free spirit and mind and body, you are gonna be so much more happier. So there are a little bit of like life lessons in here that I think are interesting to take. So yeah, I definitely love this one. I think I would give it like a 4 out of 5. I wish it was like longer and that the stories had a little bit of more continuity. The next book I read was Almond. So it is originally a Korean novel, and basically I want to kind of like put these two together. This is the last book I read. This is Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata, and I think this is a Japanese author, but both of these books are kind of in the same theme, which is basically where the narrator feels kind of different from normal society, and so they actually both kind of try different strategies to adapt to society, and they try to mimic things that they see in other people or that they learn to try to seem like a normal human being. And eventually, obviously, being yourself is always the best option. But it's really interesting. I totally didn't expect this book to go where it went. It became kind of like violent and graphic and a little bit tragic towards the ending. It was interesting. It was an interesting read. It's not the type of writing that I really feel drawn to. This felt very simple, but it's also from the point of view of a child, so it makes sense. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. This was basically the same gist, but from the point of view of an adult woman, so definitely a little bit different. This felt kind of repetitive because, as you can tell from the title, the woman works in a convenience store, and most of the book is just her retelling what she does in the convenience store. So yeah, I honestly didn't love this one as much as I would this one, and this one also had a little bit more of a hopeful ending than Convenience Store Woman. And then last but not least, I'm going to talk about My Year of Rest and Relaxation. This book has been literally everywhere. I've been seeing it for years at this point, and I didn't know if it would be my cup of tea. It's a book where there's no plot, and a lot of people do really love that, and I feel like I also kind of do, but I was scared that I would get a little bit bored of it. But actually, even though it doesn't have like a specific plot, it is very entertaining and interesting and funny and weird. Like, it has a lot of these really different attributes that make it a great book. Basically, if you haven't heard, this is a story of a young woman living in New York that decides that she wants to sleep for a whole year. So she finds a way to take a bunch of really horrible pills that put her in kind of like an induced sleep coma. And yeah, it's weird because the subject is kind of weird, but once you start reading, you kind of understand her reasoning behind it. It was really fun. It's like unexpectedly fun, even though she's sleeping for most of it. I definitely would give it like a 5 out of 5. I thought it was perfect. So yeah, basically had a lot of fun reading this summer.